while preparing for UPSC. This is very very important. मतलब बहुत ज़्यादा ज़रूरी है because these are recurring mistakes that every aspirant commits कभी ना कभी during their preparation, right? One is when they are preparing, another is when they are in the examination hall. Understood? Okay. Now, as we discussed earlier, when an aspirant is preparing, the most important mistake that an aspirant does is use multiple sources. As you all know, UPSC is itself an ocean. And for a subject, if you are using 2 to 3 sources, what will happen? You won't be able to master even one source. And what will happen uske वजह से? You'll be very very underconfident in your examination and you won't be able to clear the prelims. This is the first and foremost lesson that every aspirant should learn. You should have one source for one subject. That's more than enough. One source for one subject. ठीक है? Second most important issue, mistake that an aspirant commits is no revision. We always run behind new sources. We do not revise. Okay? This is the most important thing that is required in the examination. It's a given. If you don't revise, you won't be able to replicate in the examination hall. So we need revision as much as we can. Clear? Minimum 3 times, 3 to 4 times is required. Okay? Minimum 3 to 4 times revision is required. Okay. Third, revision के बाद third thing, the common mistake that a candidate does is time management. Firstly, they do not make a schedule, and secondly, they do not execute it. It's very important to keep yourself on track. You have to have a schedule, and you should, after making the schedule, you should try to execute it as much as you can. Okay? It is difficult to be consistent, but it is necessary. It's a necessary condition for UPSC. Alright? You should have a schedule. As I discussed earlier, at least, if you want to clear your UPSC prelims, you have to dedicate 10 to 12 hours daily. 10 to 12 hours daily. Then and only then, you will be able to cover all the syllabus and be able to revise that syllabus. The hours are necessary because if you don't put in the hours, you won't be able to complete the syllabus and forget the revision part. Clear? You need 10 to 12 hours of study, regular study, and that should be in tranches of 3 hours. Why 3 hours? Because that is the amount of time you will get to write a mains examination. You should have that habit that you can sit for 3 hours and concentrate. Clear? You should have that habit of sitting regularly for 3 hours. Clear? So you can break that 3 hours into your daily schedule. If you start your day from 5 or 6 or 4, you should have a 3-hour session in the morning. Do your breakfast, then a 3-hour session in the afternoon, do your lunch, 3-hour session in the evening, lunch, and then a dinner, and then finish it, pack it up. Okay? So that should be the daily schedule. Be very careful. You have to make your own schedule according to your requirements, and then as much as possible execute. And one thing I'll be very upfront: parties for the time. If you want to clear, you have to forget attending parties and marriages. Okay? And your entire focus should be on studies. Entire focus. I'm not telling you to become a mechanical body, but as much as possible, try to ignore this and focus your entire energies on the preparation phase. Specifically these 3 months. If you want to clear June 2021, you have to dedicate yourself in this preparation. Clear? Alright. Now this is the major issues that you can face in the preparation time. And during the examination hall, the most common mistakes that any person commits is क्या होता है? Mostly, if you see time management again in the examination, you start very slow and not able to complete the paper. ठीक है? Time management. Second, very silly mistakes that you commit. The silly mistakes that you commit. What are the silly mistakes? Firstly, correct and not correct. You miss out this not word and you mark the correct statement. Alright? This is one of the most common silly mistakes that every person, every aspirant commits. Alright? Second, OMR marking. When you are marking your answers in the OMR, there are certain common tendencies an aspirant has. What are the common tendencies? Firstly, when they are marking, suppose they have marked correctly in the question paper, but when they are trying to replicate it in the form of bubbles in the OMR, they mark it incorrectly. Suppose there is option B here, they mark it option C. Be very careful, because these are mistakes, these are nothing short of suicide. You know the answer, still you are marking it wrong. It's nothing short of suicide. Okay? Firstly, this thing. Secondly, sometimes we become very lazy and we try to fill up the OMR in the tranches of 5. Suppose करो A, B, 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 C. होता है? एक साथ देखिए, A mark करना है, B mark करना है, C mark करना है, D mark करना है, so on. Alright, but the most, it is very dangerous. Why? Suppose you have, in the question paper, you did not attempt one question. Understood? Suppose 20, 21 and 22. These were the question numbers. You did not attempt 21. You attempted only 20 and 22. Alright. In the question paper, you know that answer for 20 is A and answer for 22 is B. But while marking in the question, in the OMR sheet, you marked 20 and 21 as A and B. And this is a chain. As you go ahead, C, D, E, F, C, D, E, you mark it, and the options you get incorrect in a line. ठीक है? एक साथ सारे गलत हो जाते हैं. 21, 23, 24 सब गलत हो. तो ये क्या है? This is blunder. To be very careful, whenever you are marking, you should use your hand. अच्छा 20, the answer is B. 20, the answer is B, and then you mark the answer. ठीक है? This is something जो कि nobody will tell you, but these are experiential mistakes that everybody commits. Right? To be very careful in this OMR marking. And third, when you pick up the OMR at the last minute, you're just left with 20 minutes or 15 minutes, and then you pick up the OMR. You have to mark all the 100 questions in this 20 or 15 minutes. What will happen? नहीं pick up करना, because last minute pick up करोगे, you will be in a hurry. इसमें hurry में क्या होगा? ना चाहके भी you will mark 2 or 3 questions incorrect. ठीक है? And that is nothing short of again suicide or practicing. So OMR marking is something that you need to start practicing in the last month. At least I will tell you that in the June month, if you are doing any if you are doing any test series, or if you are solving any UPSC past year questions, you have to start marking your answers in an OMR sheet, printed sheet, so that you have that habit or practice of marking your answers. Clear? Okay. Apart from this, OMR marking के बाद, what are the other common mistakes that we commit in the examination hall? When we do not read the questions properly. Yes or no? Many of times you have read that the question is asking you something, but you have read it, you have interpreted in a different way. In such a situation, how to minimize such mistakes? You have to read the question twice. Whenever you get super excited that I know the answer, in that question specifically, read the question twice. It might happen so that whatever you have thought is correct may also be an option with another option. For example, if A option is correct and you know that A option is correct, you will be very excited and you will directly mark it into your OMR sheet that 20 answer is A. But if you do not read the other options, it might happen so that option B is also correct and there is an option C which says that A and B are correct. Always read all the options before coming to the answer. Always read all the options and read the question twice before coming to the answer. Understood? In that way you can minimize your silly mistakes. Okay? Okay. And another important mistake that we commit is while reading the questions, you should be very careful with numbers. Numbers as in, suppose there was a question in UPSC 2018 that IRNSS, which is India's navigation satellites, navigation satellite system, has a coverage area of 1500 square kilometer. Alright? Okay? Or they might give you in the examination hall that it has a coverage area of 5000 square kilometer. In such questions, you have to apply your common sense. Understood? That 1500 square kilometers, right? So square कैसे होगा? 100 into 100 करूँगा तो it amounts to how much? 10,000? Yes or no? 100 into 100 करूँगा तो 10,000 होता है. तो 100 kilometer by 100 kilometer gives you 10,000 square kilometer. Understood? Which is a very small area. Our satellite system is at a very great height and it has a coverage area which is greater than 10,000 square kilometer. So 1500 square kilometer will be incorrect. Understood? You have to be careful with the numbers that are given in the question. I'll give you one more example. There was a question in 2018, NIIF. It's a government fund, infrastructure fund. It was a fund of corpus 40,000 crores. How much? 40,000 crores. That was the exact corpus that it was built by the government of India. But in the question, they gave 4 lakh crores. Kitna diya? 4 lakh crores. Can you see how the UPSC is playing with the numbers? 40,000 ko kya kar diya? 4 lakh kar diya. In the first instance, you might find it correct. You can recall that, I have read about NIIF and it is 40,000 crores. But when you read it carefully, you will find that there is an extra zero added. So you have to be very careful while reading the questions. Okay? Alright. So these are some of the common mistakes that we commit. Now we'll come to some of the specific mistakes, that how to avoid such mistakes. To solve questions, even if you do not know the exact answer. Okay? Even if you do not know the exact answer, how can we reach to the answer? Alright? So let's start with, everybody has heard about the elimination strategy? Yes or no? Elimination strategy? Okay. What do you do in the elimination strategy? क्या करते हो? There are 4 options, A, B, C and D. You try to eliminate one option, okay, based on your knowledge. Then you again read the question, you see that B and C can also be incorrect. Okay, you eliminate B and C also, and then you're left with only one option, and this option is basically your answer. Clear? To give you an example, I brought my papers. This is the UPSC 2020 paper. Okay, how's the paper here? UPSC 2020. Why have I brought these papers? So that I can show you कि मैंने elimination कैसे लगाई. ठीक है? Alright. It will happen so that examination में you will be able to eliminate 2 options. Suppose A, B, C and D are given. You will be able to eliminate B and C. But you are left with what? 50-50 options. Yes or no? A mark करें या D mark करें. In that situation, how to handle the question? ठीक है, वो चीज़ देखेंगे. Suppose there is an economics question. Economics question ये था कि if the RBI decides to adopt an expansionist मॉनेटरी पॉलिसी. ठीक है, एक्सपेंशनिस्ट मॉनेटरी पॉलिसी मतलब the RBI is putting money into the system. Clear? Expansionist monetary policy. Which of the following would it not do? Which of the following would it not do? Alright. क्या बोल रही है? Expansionist policy लेके आ रहा है RBI. And which of the following the RBI would not do? ये not देखना बहुत जरूरी था. ठीक है, जब भी not आएगा ना, always circle that part. Always try to circle that part so that you can notice it clearly. Kids, the question is asking not would. Understood? They are asking what? Not option. Alright. तो इसमें they gave 3 options. पहला option उन्होंने दिया क्या? Cut and optimize. Cut and optimize the statutory liquidity ratio. Cut and optimize the statutory liquidity ratio. अगर you have heard, you have read थोड़ा सा basics of the economics, CRR, that is cash reserve ratio, and SLR, that is statutory liquidity ratio. These are certain percentages of the bank's deposits, ठीक है, that the bank has to keep either with the RBI or with themselves. They are nothing but what? They are buffers. क्या होता है ये? Buffers. If the bank fails, then at least they have certain amount to repay back to the customers. Understood? तो पहला क्या बोला उन्होंने? Cut and optimize the statutory liquidity ratio. Alright, देखते हैं. Next option उन्होंने क्या बोला? Increase the marginal standing facility. Increase the marginal standing facility. Marginal standing facility एक term है. We'll talk about it. It is basically that marginal standing facility में you have repo rate and reverse repo rate. It is basically that rate. Repo rate is that rate by which the banks borrow from RBI. Alright, and reverse repo rate is that rate by which RBI borrows from the bank. Understood? The marginal standing facility, MSF. Sorry, marginal standing facility is basically, it is linked to the repo rate, but it is always higher than the repo rate. ठीक है, it is always higher than the repo rate. Repo rate and reverse repo rate को LAF बोलते हैं, liquidity adjustment facility. Understood? MSF is basically, it is linked to the repo rate. It is linked to the repo rate. Suppose repo rate is 5%, MSF will be 1% higher. Why? Because it is basically whenever the bank is in urgent requirement of funds, they can approach RBI and they can ask for funds, for which the RBI will charge them a premium. Clear? Okay. To increase the MSF, which is linked to what? The repo rate. And the third option was cut the bank rate, and repo rate. Now देखो, the options that UPSC gave was beautiful. They gave option A as 1 and 2 only. क्या दिया था? 1 and 2 only. Option B दिया हुआ था 2 only. Option C दिया हुआ था 1 and 3 only. And option D दिया हुआ था 1, 2 and 3. Clear? I know that cut and optimize the statutory liquidity ratio. मतलब क्या हुआ? If SLR is reduced, suppose bank initially had to keep 18% with themselves as a buffer. ठीक है? If the RBI will cut the SLR, what will happen? Extra पैसा आएगा, है ना? Extra पैसा किसके पास आएगा? बैंक के पास आएगा. Yes or no? Suppose the SLR is cut to 16%. Understood? That means this 2% extra funds is with the bank, right? Now, if 2% extra funds is with the bank can now give more loans. Yes or no? Because it has more funds. It can give more loans because it has more funds. Answer solve ho gaya. That means this step will lead to what? It will lead to expansionary policy. Expansionary policy because more loans means more money will go into the market. Yes or no? Expansionary policy. But what was the question about? The question was, out of these options, what step should RBI take so that it is not an expansionary policy? Yes or no? Not था ना. पहला ऑप्शन देखते ही मैंने उसको क्या किया? एलिमिनेट किया. अब अगर मैं बोलूं ऑप्शन नंबर 1 को एलिमिनेट कर दो तो क्या आंसर बचता? 2. This is the one of the most simplest forms of elimination technique जो आप एग्जाम्स में लगा सकते हो. क्लियर है? You may not know about MSF, हो सकता है. You may not know about bank rate, हो सकता है. ठीक है, लेकिन still you can reach to your answer. Understood? समझ में आया सबको? Alright. So this is one such technique जो आप use कर सकते हो. Give you one more example. I'll give you one more example so that और clarify हो जाए. The question was, environmental question है. India's desert national park. India's कौन सा? Desert national park के बारे में. Which of the following statements are correct? ठीक है? Which of the following statements are correct? Statement 1 दिया गया था. It is spread over 2 districts. It is spread over 2 districts. ठीक है? 2 डिस्ट्रिक्ट मतलब कामरूप मेट्रो, कामरूप रूरल हो सकता है. क्लियर है? ऐसे ही 2 डिस्ट्रिक्ट में the national park is spread. ऑप्शन 2 दिया गया था. स्टेटमेंट 2 दिया गया था. There is no human habitation. There is no human habitation inside the park. Inside the park. Clear है? Alright. ऑप्शन सी दिया गया था. ऑप्शन सी क्या दिया गया था? सॉरी, द स्टेटमेंट 3 दिया गया था. It is one of the natural habitats. It is one of the natural habitats of great Indian bustard. किसका है? It is one of the natural habitats of great Indian bustard, which is basically a critically endangered bird. बहुत ही the number in the wild is very less. ठीक है? They are less than 50 mature males जो मिलते हैं. It is critically endangered species, Great Indian bustard. ऑप्शंस क्या दिए गए थे? ऑप्शन ए दिया गया था 1 and 2 only. ऑप्शन बी दिया गया था 2 and 3 only. ऑप्शन सी दिया गया था 1 and 3 only. ऑप्शन डी गया था 1, 2 and 3. Now, अब आप लोग बोलोगे सर मेरे पास इन्फॉर्मेशन ही नहीं है. I don't know whether this park is spread across 2 districts. मेरे पास भी नहीं था, to be honest. ठीक है? Even I did not know कि is it spread across 2 districts or it's only 1 district. Clear है? तो ये क्या था मेरे लिए? Doubtful option था. I did not know about it. Second statement जब मैंने पढ़ा था, there is no human habitation inside the park. कुछ गड़बड़ लग रहा है. कुछ गड़बड़ लग रहा है. Can you see this extreme word? समझ में आया? No matter whichever national park you visit, एक आदमी तो मिलेगा ना भाई, या नहीं मिलेगा? No human habitation, समझ रहे हो? This is a very extreme statement, and such extreme statements need to be eliminated. Then and there, eliminate करो उसको. Only, no, है ही नहीं, 100% गायब हो गया. These are what? Extreme statements. These are clues that UPSC has given you to eliminate. Clear? खत्म कर दिया. It is one of the. अब देखो, अगर मैंने ऑप्शन 2 को एलिमिनेट किया तो कैन आई गेट टू द आंसर? कैन आई गेट टू द आंसर? इसमें 2 है, खत्म. इसमें 2 है, खत्म. इसमें 2 है, खत्म. व्हाट इज माय आंसर? 1 and 3. इतने प्यारे प्यारे क्वेश्चन. इट्स ऑल अबाउट ऑब्जर्विंग. इट इज ऑल अबाउट, क्या चीज बोल रहा हूं मैं? ऑब्जर्विंग एंड एलिमिनेटिंग. You may not know the answer, but you can reach to the answer. This is what I have been telling to my students कि आप लोग घबराओ मत. Even if you do not know about it, just read the options. The UPSC is always giving you this clues to eliminate. Understood? पहला strategy समझ में आया elimination का? Alright. ठीक है, तो next strategy पे चलते हैं. Next strategy क्या है मेरी? एक चीज हमेशा ध्यान रखना, whenever you read the options ना, sometimes there are 2 options that are mutually exclusive. What do I mean by mutually exclusive? Suppose करो option A, B, C and D. All dogs are black, and option B था all dogs are not black. समझ में where am I heading? Whenever you find these statements where all dogs are black, मतलब one statement is a votary for all dogs are black, and the next statement is completely negating it. Yes or no? All dogs are not black. Now, if option C में दिया जाएगा that option A and B are correct, ठीक है, and option D में दिया जाएगा that option A may be correct, B may be wrong. Understood? तो chances क्या होंगे? A and B में से एक ही option सही होगा? Yes or no? तो you can eliminate option C. Yes or no? Since these two are what? Mutually exclusive statements. If option A is correct, option B will be, has to be wrong. It has to be wrong. Yes or no? And when option B is wrong, then option C is also wrong. ठीक है ना? Because they both cannot be true together. Chances क्या होंगे? Option D के सही होने के chances ज़्यादा होंगे. Yes or no? Understood the concept? पहला चीज था elimination का. Elimination में we saw that कैसे we had extreme statements या फिर कुछ concepts थे उसमें not लगा दिया, ठीक है. And the third observation I am telling you is mutually exclusive statements को क्या करना है? Ignore करना है, ठीक है. We have to eliminate. Okay.